Welcome everybody. So today I'm going to design and build a rack for my umpteen million rattle cans. And I have a simple way. Well, I say it's simple. It can be time consuming, but when I'm done, I know everything is going to fit and that I'm not going to have to remake it, because there's a lot of time going into cutting something out. So starting off, the most important thing we need is material thickness. So like my little box, I haven't got it finished glued up, but it's my most common plywoods that I use for different projects, and this is what I use for a lot of shop fixtures. It's the cheap underlayment from Home Depot. It's like $27 a sheet, something like that. So, digital calipers. And we're going to say 0.21, which is going to be our most important measurement. So let's just put that on screen. So 0.21, and I know we're going to have it 7 inches deep. Don't worry, I'll take me off screen here in a little bit. I hope audio is a little better. This little mic seems to be working pretty good. Just center that and make it a little bigger for us. Alright, so I know building something you want a few more measurements than this, but for what we're going to let Lightburn give us the rest of it. So let me get rid of this screen so we can see everything. Alright, so I like to build a model, and from that model I can pretty well line everything up. So I know from measuring the paint can that I need a square that is 2.75 or 2 3/4. So let's make that a tool path. Turn our little lock on over here. I didn't realize I was zoomed in that far. 2.75. So look, I'll tell you right now, I'm going to do that a lot. I'm terrible at changing tools. Let's zoom in a little more. There we go. Alright, so we have one box that's 2 1/4. So now I need another box. Actually, I need 30 boxes. So we know the width of our material. We just build another one of these out here. We're going to turn our little lock off so we can change our measurements. So our width on this is going to be the width of our material, which is 0.21, and this is going to be 2.75. Alright, change our tool. Let's center this vertically, and I'm going to butt this with the docking button right over here. Alright, so I'm going to take this and we're going to use our grid array tool, and we need 10. Alright, and 3 row or column. Well, no, 3 rows, 10 columns. You reverse that direction. So this should be 2.75. Alright. So, let me ungroup it. Now we have all 30 boxes, as well as spacers to account for the width of the material for the walls. Now, over on this end, let's select these three and get rid of them. Alright, so what is our width right now, which is 29.39. And look, I skipped a step. Let's back up. I was almost right. Let's take one of these, duplicate it, move it. We're going to make it centered horizontally with said box. No, we're not. I'm just trying to make things harder than they need to be. We'll select that, go back into our array tool, and get 10 of these. Ungroup it. Select the one on the end and delete it. $29.39. Let's create another little thing here. Width is 29.39, and our height is, of course, is 0.21. Now then, see, told you, man, I'm horrible at changing tools. Let's take this and let's group this back real quick. Take this, we'll center those horizontally, and using our docking buttons, butt it up to the top. And now that's one of our middle dividers. Now we'll select all, do our grid array, and it needs to be 2.96 tall. 2.96. And everything's equally spaced and set. Alright. So now we're at 8.88 tall. And we just need to make, well, nope, cancel that. I'm getting ahead of myself again. So let's take this on the bottom, duplicate it, run it up, dock it to the top. Perfect. So we have top, two centers, and our bottom. So we're at a 9.09 in overall height. Now we need this. Height, 9.09. Our width, of course, is 0.21. And there I go again. Let's group this for a little bit. Let's take you to here. Center vertically. Duplicate. dock to the right. Take this one, center it, dock to the left. And there's our model, with overall dimensions of 29.81 by 9.09. Awesome, right? Alright, so let me ungroup that. So I'm going to duplicate this, bring it down. Now, I know I put these end caps on, but we do need everything in here to be the overall length, because we want our tabs to be able to go through our side pieces. So that was 29.81. So this needs to be 29.81. I know I said I got better audio, I got a better microphone. If you hear a lot of racket, I am running my laser right now, doing a bunch of coins for the church, and I am in West Tennessee, so my AC will be running probably till mid-December, unless we're lucky. Alright, so this is going to be our top and our bottom. And I said we're what, 7 inches deep? So let's change this height to 7. And I'm going to go ahead and duplicate another one to use for the middle, so I don't have to fight with too much. We'll go ahead and group a portion of this. Make sure we have it centered. And I'm going to dock this to the top. Alright, first thing first. We need a spot for all of our fun stuff here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to choose one of these, duplicate it, bring it down, and I'm going to change that to an inch tab. And I'm going to dock it to the top. And I'm going to duplicate that and dock it to the bottom. Maybe. If it wants to. It don't want to. Boy, why do new tools got to be so complicated? Alright, we'll do it this way. Perfect. Now that's going to give me an inch spacer. You know what? I don't like that idea. On this, let's do a 1/2 inch. At least it'll dock up, huh? Gonna dock down? No, you're not. Alright, we'll do it the old way. Perfect. Now I'm going to take this, duplicate it. We're going to make this one an inch. And dock it up with the other one. Alright, so now I'm going to take my array tool again. If you haven't noticed, I really love the array tool. And we need 3 of them. And I'm just going to back it up. So 2.5, look at there. Until it touches both of our little spacers there. Alright. And then we're going to go over 10. Oh, too many. And it is going to be 2.75 spacing. Oh, we only need 9. Take that back. Look at there. We're almost home free. Of course, you see everything is lined up with our model. So we're going to hit OK on that. So now we have equally spaced. So it doesn't matter if you use this as top, bottom, upside down, it's going to work. Alright, so let's ungroup this. So now we need our side pieces. Ungroup. So let's just take one of these, which is already the correct height. So let's duplicate that. So this needs to be 7 inches. Perfect. So starting off, we'll do this part first. Right. Select all of this and group it so nothing goes wonky on us. I should have did this before I'm trying to move it, but hey, live and learn. Center it. And we will butt it over. Look, I dig the addition to the docking buttons. They're awesome. Alright, so now we're going to do the same thing. So let's ungroup our model. We need this, and this. We're going to duplicate them. We're going to bring them over. And we're going to change it to that 1/2 inch. We're going to try that again. Type it into the right box this time. I'm sure it's over there off screen somewhere. Yep, still lined up. So 1/2 inch. Alright. It wants to be complicated. I don't know why the docking buttons don't work all the time. We'll just do it this way. And we will duplicate this. Will you at least dock to those? You will. Alright, grid array. We need 3 at, what was it, 2.5? Oops. We need it at 1 inch. Dock over. Let's try this again. Was it 1.5? It's because I was on the y-axis instead. Alright, so let's take these, duplicate that. Surely it'll dock to the right, huh? Good job. Grid array. Like I said, it's not always easier, or let me rephrase that. It's pretty easy, it's not always quicker. Ooh. 1.501. Ooh. Point 499 8 9. That's complicated. But hey, it's spot on. So 1.49989. Alright. So let's get rid of these. Surely I won't have to do that again. We'll get rid of this and this. Alright. Now we need 3 of these. We're going to duplicate those. And for this, we're going to double our number on our width of material. So we're going to go to a 0.42. And we're going to center them over here. To make that right, we're going to group this, because the only way to get it to center good, well, I thought I already grouped those. Is to let it bring itself, let it snap at center, and then we'll take it over here and make sure that it is in line with the rest of them. Alright. So we're going to rotate this. We're going to bring it down to here. If you heard that, that was a stink bug in my fan, my air conditioner fan. It's weird. They'll get everywhere around here. Alright. So let me go ahead and group this just to be safe. I'm going to take it and center it up with this one. Alright, we're going to dock to the right. Move it a hair past that and dock it again. Alright. So I'm going to select this, duplicate it, select that, and flip it. Alright. Move it past this and dock it back over. Then we're going to duplicate it. Select all this and move it out of the way. So let's go ahead and take it to the other side. Using my mouse key so I don't move anything, or my arrow key so I don't move it. Bring it close, dock it in, duplicate, select everything, and move it. Alright, so now we have everything we need to do our two sides and our top and our bottom. Now remember, our top and bottom, we have the full length, so it needs the tabs out. So let's select, so these need to be tabbed in. So I'm going to ungroup this so our center tabs don't disappear on us. And just remember, you can use Control B. So cut out, yeah, that's what we want. And I'll be using Control B mostly. That's what we want. So there is our side. That is complete. We'll group it together, duplicate it. Now we got our right and left side. Let's move it up here out the way. Alright. Now we will have to come back to one of these here in a second. So let's get this one set. Control B, and these need to be tabbed out. Like so. Which I guess I could have just used the weld button on it. And guess what? Our top and bottom is now done. So let's group that. Go ahead and duplicate that. So we have a top, bottom, two sides. So now we need to work on our two center supports. Now, it's like I said, this is holding paint cans. So as long as it's full, I mean, the paint cans themselves will support a lot, you know, as spacers to support more weight. I'm just going to use a slit and just slide the center dividers on each row floor, just for ease of assembly, and hopefully it will all work out. It should work out. It looks good in my head, at least. Alright, so I'm going to group our model back together so we can make sure we have this center. Wrong center button. There we go. Dock it to the top. Alright, so let's ungroup this again and try to get one of these things that doesn't want to select. Well, be that way. I'll get rid of you. There we go. Duplicate you. So we have 7 inches. We do need the width right at the 0.21. So we need to split that 7 inches in 2, so 3.5. We're going to dock that to the top. You could stagger top, bottom, but I'm going easy. So let's dock that up. Go to our grid array tool. We need 9 of these at 2.75. Boom. Let's move this away. Control B. That one wall? Nope. That looks like it. Look at all our little slits. Alright. So let's go back to our side piece. We're going to duplicate one of those, bring it down, center it. We're going to take this one. Well, first we're going to take this and ungroup it. Take this, bring it in, dock over, and we're just going to weld it. We're going to flip it over. No, we're not. We're going to ungroup it. Since those are grouped with the others, flip it over. Dock it. Select them. Weld them. And get rid of that. Over there. Boom. So those are our center slats. We need 2 of those. Now, all we got to do is make our other center, our center dividers, our column dividers. So, go take this, duplicate it, send it over, and it needs to be 7 inches. Group that back together. I don't guess I have to, because we're already in line. Dock it. We're going to take these 2 yet again. Duplicate them. Undo, undo. Undo. Let's try this again. Yeah, you know what? Let's just delete it. The space is already accounted for. Duplicate. Did I or did I not delete that? Let's try this again. Delete. Delete. There we go. Duplicate. We need it. 3.5. Now we're going to dock it over on this side. Dock it over. Select all, Control B. Or not. Oh. Those will have to be grouped. Now we can Control B. Oh, you know what? Let's move that out so we can see. Control B. Perfect. Alright, almost there. So, like I said, everything is symmetrical. Everything matches. All of my slots, tabs, everything uses the same distance apart, and for good reason. And here we go. So I can take anything, which it's best to use the top or the bottom. Let me duplicate one of these. And again, duplicate is just Control D. You could right click, duplicate there, but I've always been a keyboard hotkey person. Let me take you. I'm going to hold shift so we spin it right. Bring it down. Alright, we're going to ungroup this selection. Alright. So, bring it over. We're going to dock it to this. And guess what? We're going to select and we're going to weld. We're going to flip it over because it doesn't matter. Everything's the same. Dock it over if it wants to. Select everything and weld. That didn't seem like it welded. Let's try that again. Boom. Alright. Dock. Select everything. Weld. So that's just grouping it all together. Let's group these and try that again. Why is it? Everything wants to be complicated. Alright, Control B. See what you give us. Don't want that, don't want that, don't want that. Cancel. What's going on? They seems to be touching. Touching. See, it's not welding, it's just grouping. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to use the new tool. So let's just go ahead and ungroup this, and let's see if we can use the new tool. It doesn't show it touching either. Well, let's try this again. Let me just group these. Take this and this, bring it back up. You know, it would wait to the last thing to act all squirrely, huh? Weld. Why is it not welding, people? Ungroup. Shoot, let's just take it inside it and dock it back. That didn't work. I feel like I'm spending entirely too much time on this. But it's got me confused. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to stop caring. I mean, it worked fine on the first one. So it should work fine on this one, right? Unless something's kooky about the way it's... I don't get it. There's something different about this side. I mean, it's all straight lines. Alright, ungroup. Alright, well, I only know of one thing to do. That would be not here. Is change this down and we will just slowly bump it till it works. That's all it took. Now let me go back up there and change that before I forget. Oops. I normally like this here. This is a new machine and I haven't really fine-tuned all my little settings. Alright. Well, we don't need this anymore because we're done as far as design goes. Now I'm using an Atezr V35 with the expansion bed on it, so I pretty well work in 16 by 32 on sheet goods, just because I can cut it down into even sheets like that and not get any waste. Alright, so we're going to take these two and we're going to align them. Then we're going to butt one of them over. going to group it, and we're going to center it on our plywood, because yes, my plywood is 16 by 32, but they are cut by hand, and they're not perfect. So I get them as center as possible, so if the edges aren't square, then I have no problems. Now, I butted those together because if you go to your optimize, well, let's show you. Let's just send this to my bottom left corner. Now, using my test grids that I already showed you, which if you want to see, well, I took the camera off screen, didn't I? Yeah, there we go. This was one pass. This was two passes. So I get a fairly clean cut, and you can't always go to the top end of what you gridded out, because flaws in the plywood, stuff like that, it's not always going to cut properly. So I went with a 10 millimeters per second, 100% power, two passes. Now, let's do a preview. So to cut this out, it's 32 minutes, 37 seconds. And that's pretty accurate. On cuts, it might run over 5 seconds. So if you go over here under in your laser tools, optimize settings, we're going to remove overlapping lines. And it's preset to, here. My lines are on top of each other, so it's going to pick it up. And now let's go. Save a couple minutes, because all it's going to do is take this center line and cut it once instead of going twice on it. So we have that one set. So that's one board. We can get rid of this. And we need what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of those. So let's go ahead and take this, get it there, and I'm going to flip this around like so we don't mess with the, and we're going to, actually, that wasn't a good, let's ungroup this. I didn't give you a good measurement, or good time, because I had that as a cut line. So let's see what that looks like without trying to cut the tool out. Even better, 21 minutes, 59 seconds. Let's group that together now. Alright, we're going to take this one, dock it up, select it, rotate it. We need another one of these, dock it, group that, center it to that, and those will take, well, let's turn these to a cut. Now I bet you work. 21 minutes and 6 seconds. Group those. Alright. Get another one of these. We know we need these two. So let's do that. butt it up. And we'll group it, turn it to a cut path. Alright. So how are we going to do these? So let me take this, and we're going to do this, do this, do this. Let's go ahead and turn that red. Dock it down. Duplicate. Dock down. Can't fit another one. And I don't think I can get anything else in there. Nope. So it looks like these three or four are going to be by themselves. And I got a scrap board that will probably work great for that. I thought I was avoiding that. Group it. Center it. Let's get another one. That's not what I wanted, but okay. 32. Must be getting close to my bedtime. Making too many mistakes. Woohoo! Duplicate. Up, down. Duplicate. Butt it down. Group those, center it on our board. So there's 6, 8, and we need 2 more. So yeah, I'll probably do this on my scrap board. But anyway, so how long will this one take? Well, that was a big mistake. Thought I had that grouped. Alright. So 22 minutes. So we're looking at like 20 minutes. Or 20, let's say 22 minutes on average. The others were like 21. So about 20 minutes board. 20, 40, 60. So you're looking at right at an hour here on those 3. .14 minutes. So hour 15. .7 minutes. So just say hour and 30 minutes. So actual runtime ended up being 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 30 seconds. So can't complain about that too much. I did end up making one little mistake in the design, and you'll see that here in a little bit. If you've watched this far, I appreciate it. I would like to ask that you like and subscribe and comment. I like talking and interacting with people with the same hobbies. I'm really not after YouTube money, I guess that's what you'd call it. I do this as a hobby. I guess my main focus out of this account will be I guess having the opportunity to test and review new lasers in the far future, I guess. But that's about all I'm interested in. I mean, you know, lasers are a huge expense. I do have a full-time job that I love, so I mean, that's not going anywhere. The assembly took, honestly, like 7 minutes to put it all together. I did glue it a little bit. It didn't need a whole lot. I probably glued every other slat, one of these dividers here, and I did have to recut 2 pieces, and you're about to see that in just a jiffy. Well, I guess after I put the top and bottom on. But yeah, the end pieces, somehow I ended up not cutting long enough or tall enough, which is weird since we were going off of our model. So I'm pretty sure it's probably when I welded the tabs, I wasn't paying attention and did it in the wrong orientation. Probably really should review the video and see what I did wrong, but it was a quick fix. It took 6 minutes to cut 2 more out. But yeah, it's sturdy. I mean, I got it installed. There'll be a picture at the end of the video of it installed. Don't mind all the dust. That's my shop is a dust trap. But yeah, you'll see right here. You can tell right there that something just ain't right. And I do apologize. I don't have a stand that was tall enough to get you a really good picture of the assembly, but you do get to see that nice walnut live edge slab that's a project in that I'll be working on this next week. But yeah, I mean, 30 cans. I got to make 2 more, but yeah, I like it. Yeah, I guess that's all I have. Y'all have a good day. Thank you for watching, and again, like and subscribe.